In other words, other words, other words, other words, other words, other words, other words. Let me give you the breakdown. Let me give you the breakdown. Let the words down. Keep a steady night in tempo. Deep one. Confident deliverance. In other words, other words. In other words. In other words. Ooh. In other words. In other words. In other words.
Welcome. I appreciate you stopping by for another episode of In Other Words. And right now it's a trend going around where it's a lot of Americans, particularly black Americans, that didn't got fed up with what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? With the politics, with the government shutdown, the food stamp situation, all of it. You know what I mean? So collectively, there's a lot of people going online saying that they're going to boycott Christmas, Thanksgiving, and possibly future holidays. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm all for it. In order to let people know exactly how serious you are, sometimes you got to take a stand. The question is, are we prepared to follow this through? You know what I mean? I think it's an excellent strategy and a great plan to get their attention and to show them how powerful our dollars is. You know what I mean? But I want y'all to check out a few videos of some people expressing their concerns and their unhappiness with what's going on in the world. Check it out.
Since we're boycotting all these major corporations and stuff, let's just go ahead and boycott the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your family want to get together and have, a little party or whatnot, do that. But as far as shopping and buying and doing all the things, no. Let's not. Okay? They don't want to give you guys the food stamps. They ain't giving them to me. I wish they was. I wish I was getting some. But anyway, they don't want to get a food stamps out. They don't want y'all to eat anyway. Let's boycott. All the holidays are canceled. All the holidays are canceled. Not just Christmas and Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day. Okay? All of it is canceled. In the spirit or in the name of shopping for said holiday. Cancel all of it. Cancel all of it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to celebrate with whatever you already have. Do something creative already with things that you already have. Don't go out and buy anything. Okay? That's the way we handle all. That's the way we take care of this. We don't spend a dime. We don't spend a dime. We don't spend a dime. And you know what you could do, honestly? You know what I'm saying? To help each other out community-wise, what we could do is all, you and your neighbors, gather together. Gather with your neighbors and do like listen, let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of potlucks because people be nasty. But you could do, right? You could do a neighborhood potluck style Thanksgiving or Christmas, as far as dinner or whatever, that where everybody can kind of do it like bar crawl style, like a bar crawl, neighborhood bar crawl, Thanksgiving crawl, whatever.
Y'all talking about cancel Christmas? Baby, because me and my kids, my family, will still be celebrating our Lord and Savior. What y'all need to be talking about is canceling consumerism. Stop buying things at these big box brand stores, Target, Walmart, whatever. Y'all better start going to thrift stores, mom and pop shops, all these small companies. That's where you need to be getting your stuff if you're really going to be giving Christmas presents this year. On top of that, Christmas is not about giving gifts. There are so many other ways that you can celebrate the holiday season without doing gift giving. So no, I will not be buying at big box brand stores, but I definitely will be celebrating my Jesus this year.
I'm not telling y'all to cancel Christmas, but low-key cancel Christmas. I'm not saying don't put up your tree. I'm not saying don't do decorations and spend time with your kids. That's what you should be doing. But listen, don't be going out there and buying all that shit, man. You ain't got the money for it. You don't. And that's okay. And if you do got the money for it, you still don't need it. What you need it for? Them kids don't need it. This is the 1 year where you could say, you know what, guys, hey, we're going to do something a little different this year. And if you're going to buy gifts, okay, everybody get that one thing that the kids want. What's that one thing your kids want? Try to get that. Outside of that, hang it up. These corporations are dependent on our money to fund whatever bullshit they got coming next. Everybody put their money back in their pockets. Pay your bills. That's what you need to do. Everybody be broke right after Christmas. Pay your fucking bills and spend time with your family. Y'all gonna be just fine without them new phones, them new laptops, them new bikes, them new... listen, you don't need it. Sit down by and watch a movie with your kids and make some hot chocolate. Why don't y'all make some bread from scratch? Can go see the Christmas lights. But you need to sit down and have a real conversation with your kids, okay? Especially the kids that is always got their hand out and don't really know what's going on in the world. The kids, sit down and have a conversation with your kids and let them know what's going on in the world. Cause shit changing. And if you want to prepare them for life, you better start talking to them now. And this especially goes out to the millennial and Gen Z parents who, y'all breaking generational curses. Y'all trying to give y'all kids what y'all didn't have growing up. Like, I get it. But y'all been doing that all year. You are a wonderful parent, okay? You've been doing that shit all year. Talk to your kids and let them know, hey, it's some worldly shit going on right now, and we need to do our part.
There's something happening this year. And a lot of people might not even have it like that to buy a whole bunch of gifts anyway. So I think we might be defunding Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And while we're on task, go ahead and cancel Christmas. Go on and start that family chat and let them know that you're not exchanging gifts this year. Hopefully everybody in your family is on board. And I know you're thinking about the kids. Well, Facebook Marketplace. If you're going to buy something for somebody, buy something small and local. Support a small retailer. But it's going to be Red Friday for these folks this year. Someone called it that in my chat. It says it's not going to be Black Friday this year. It need to be Red Friday. And I agree 100%. Hashtag Red Friday. But it's a good opportunity to teach your kids that freedom ain't free. And it's a conversation that need to be had because, somebody going to have to sacrifice and we going to have to fight for this shit. So here we are. And those retailers, they're going to know. I know they're sitting on inventory from last winter. And guess what? They're going to have that same inventory next winter. It's like, seriously, let's do this. There were Christmases I had as a kid where my mom didn't have any money. She made us sweet potato pies, and that was fine. They were good. We were just as happy. We were like who's in Whoville. And I think that's how it needs to be. If you want to do something, switch it up a little bit. Do some community service. Spend some time, serving in a soup kitchen as a family. Donate some money to like a homeless shelter. Help somebody else this year. Do something that really counts if you're going to do something. But if you buy something, please buy something small and local. Don't give these retailers nothing. We're not spending money. October, November, December, they make a whole lot of money off of us. And here's the time to teach them. We're not spending no money. Red Friday, cancel Christmas.
Monday, Cyber Tuesday, whatever the fuck it is. Fuck them deals, bro. Everything you need, you got right now. We're going to cancel Christmas. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Collectively.
Okay.
What do we have to lose?
Nothing at all.
You literally have nothing to lose. You explain to your children what's going on in this country, man. Fuck that fantasy shit. Fuck that. We too far gone for fantasy, bro. Right. This ain't no happy time in America. You know what my family used to do for Christmas? They used to keep traditions that came out of the South going. They used to give us apples and oranges for Christmas because that's sometimes all people would afford. And at some point, it was more so about a tradition of apple and oranges nourishment. You gifting somebody nourishment, something that's good for their body. Also, something that they was growing themselves. I come from that real South, nigga. I fought some Thomas and Georgia. They got nigga day out there. You don't know nothing about that. I'm proposing a Black Friday blackout and we canceling Christmas. Because if you want, protest them with your time. Because we ain't all got time to protest. We do all got money. And And a lot of y'all finna go in debt for Christmas, and then y'all gonna wait on them taxes to come back so you can get back on your feet. Fuck that. We telling our kids what's going on in this country. We telling our kids we are in the midst of being underneath a fascist regime.
Yes.
Tell your kids that we are on the precipice of real fascism. We are watching fascism take place in real time. When a nigga is deploying the National Guard on the streets, when they have ICE agents who can break any federal law, these ICE agents ain't got no body cams on. They're breaking the law. They got no knock warrants. They're getting paid buku money. They're hiding their faces. No, fuck that. We canceling Christmas.
Real talk.
And at the top of the year, everybody should file exempt.
Woo. Everybody files it for 6 months to June.
6 months till June. I'm dead ass. Y'all got to do something. And these are things that's very actionable. You don't need 100. You don't need it. Buy your kids some shit throughout the year. Stop putting all the emphasis of your parenthood on Christmas.
Right.
Stop waiting till Christmas to show niggas you love them with gifts.
Exactly.
Show niggas you love them throughout the year with time.
Happy Friday. Y'all, are we canceling Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner? Since the people is out there losing their minds in that house of the white, I feel like we should, just not partake in that, because what y'all gonna eat? And then you gotta think about it. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's Black Friday. It's already getting a little sticky out here in these streets over the regular groceries. Can we just cancel it just so everybody can still make it to the new year safely? Just saying.
So after watching the videos, I want y'all to let me know down below. Leave a comment. Are you going to be a part of the movement? Are you going to boycott Christmas and Thanksgiving? Or are you going to just continue tradition as usual? It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to unfold. Me personally, I'm down for the cause. I'm going to boycott Thanksgiving and Christmas and future holidays moving forward. You know what I mean? Because something got to give. You know what I mean? Something really got to give. And the only way to get their attention is to hit them economically, But like I said, just down below, let me know where you stand on this situation. Are you on the left or the right with it? To me, it ain't no right or wrong answer. It's to each his own. However you want to spend your holidays with your kids and, do things to carry on the traditions that you and your family want to do, it's all good. But me personally, I think I'm going to take a stand on this situation, and I hope a lot of y'all choose to as well. But anyway, I'm reporting live from the hood to the burbs, checking out yours truly. In other words.
In other words.
Other words, other words, other words.
Other words, other words, other words.
Other words, other words.
In other words.
Other words, other words.
Yeah. Other words, other words, other words.
Other words, other words.
In other words, let me give you the bread.